I'm going to tell you today how I get the cheapest cuticle oil and a professional grade for cheap. Instead of buying the small bottles, I've had over the years probably 3 or 4 small bottles. I give my girls pedicures all the time, and the last bottle I had actually chipped and broke. It was used regularly, and I really liked it. It had a little bit of peppermint oil in it. But I live in a small town, so I went to our local Walmart, and they only had a bottle of Sally Hansen's cuticle oil, which I've used in the past, and it was about this big, and it was $5 about for the bottle, and I thought that was kind of expensive. So I went to the local nail salon, and it was a kind of a cute story. I asked if they had cuticle oil, and they said yes, they did, and they were from Vietnam. And I said, do you know what kind of oil it is in the cuticle oil? And she said, peanut apple oil. And I said, peanut apple oil? And then she goes, yes, smells good, peanut apple oil. And so she stuck it under my nose, and I said, oh, pineapple. It was cute. So this is pineapple scented cuticle oil, and this is the bottle they sold it to me in. They sold it to me for $10 for this huge bottle, which is probably 20 times what was in the Sally Hansen's bottle, and it smells good. And the Sally Hansen one doesn't have a smell because I couldn't find in our town any other options. I went to every place and could only find that type of cuticle oil. I don't like it in this big bottle. It leaks a little bit and it pours it out, and I usually do it while we're watching movies over a towel, and I don't want this spilling on my table. And once I put it down, it kind of leaves a ring sometimes. You can see a little bit of oil because it just drips. So I don't want to leave it in that. So what I did was, since the other bottle broke and the lid was not that great staying on anyway, because we use it all the time. I use it regularly to moisten my cuticles and my toenails, just to make them look more done. I use it probably every couple of days so that my pedicures look like they were just done, and it works great. So I took a cheap dollar store LA Colors top coat, and I have some thicker nail wraps that I use when I'm putting a jewel on or something. And they were all pretty low. This one was pretty low and pretty thick. So what I did, you can see where the thicker stuff is at the bottom. I took the LA top coat thinner thing and I poured it into this other top coat. So I just, opened it and poured it in. And then I'm sure it will mix now that I've got it in there. Yeah, you can see it's not sticking as much as it was a minute ago. I just barely poured it in. So now this is a little bit thicker top coat, which I actually like, but not as thick as it was. And it filled the bottle, but what it did was give me this empty bottle to put the cuticle oil in. And I like this one because the labels are stickers, so I can, there's a sticker, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put cuticle oil over it. I guess the front isn't a sticker, but I could fill in the side. But I'll just put cuticle oil over that. And so what I did was I poured some nail polish remover into the jar, shook it up, and got any residue out, rinse it out, and then you can pour this. I haven't done it yet because my daughter actually wants a pedicure, and we're going to use this for hers. But so we can kind of reuse the nail polish remover. But anyway, way cheaper, and it smells good, and it's professional grade. They buy by the gallon, I'm sure, and put in these little jars. So that way it gives more life to these thicker ones. But I think I'm going to actually mix them all in one bottle and do another cuticle oil so I can give one to each of my girls for their pedicure, manicure kits. And that way they can all have a little cuticle oil. Instead of buying the one that doesn't smell good, they can have this one. Anyway, that was the way I figured out to do it cheaply and get the professional ones, because we use them all the time.